Note on That Tree by Katherine Ann Porter. The short stories of Katherine Ann Porter are wonderful, and this is no exception. It is about a poet, well, sort of. He thinks of himself as a poet for a while at the start of the account, but then even he admits in one place that his writing is what was the word he said, too dirty. He wasn't favorable about his own creations at one point, but he would like to lay under that tree, hence the name of the narrative, and write, enjoy, relax, dream, probably. He lives in an artistic milieu in Mexico, and for 3 years he has this correspondence and relationship with Miriam, the woman who would become his wife. In fact, she's a girl for all that time, 3 years, and before that she's a virgin, and she thinks wrongfully that he is too. She's wrong because our hero has an intimate relationship with an Indian girl who used to sit and pose. She was a model for the friends of this main character of ours, without money. No, they didn't pay her for that. But still, when compared later on, the marriage and the difficulties with Miriam and the easy, cheap life with this Indian girl, it is striking how hard it is to make ends meet with Miriam and how easy it was and inexpensive with the Indian girl, who can juggle with all the chores, all the duties. She's posing, as I said, she's a model for these people. She is taking care of the house, cleaning and all, washing, and she even has a baby at one point. She has to go before Miriam arrives after this 3 years period of correspondence and anticipation of the marriage. Even if I'm not sure she's going because she has to, she might be just because she found someone else. She's cheerful, too cheerful, in fact, our narrator says. And she only wants the furniture as a dowry because she says she's going to get married. She didn't, but it didn't happen. But it's all right, I would say. Because she gets the furniture, and Miriam has a shock when she arrives in Mexico. She has a shock. Her husband-to-be has only a bed. I'm not sure what else. A table maybe, and then some pottery and some of the drawings of his artist friends. And she's not happy. We can see that on her face. Nevertheless, it is awkward in a way and funny. I found it funny. Because she kept writing how bored she is with life there in the US. She's a teacher, and these people are all so uninteresting, and how wonderful it will be with all these artists and painters. And now that she has the chance, now that she's here, she's unhappy with it. That made me think of Stumbling Upon Happiness by the Harvard professor Daniel Gilbert, who is experiencing with happiness. He has all sorts of tests and research. Wonderful book. You should read it. and talks about the hedonic adaptation. It's not just him. There are another. This is something which is studied by other positive psychologists and scientists, and it appears in many of the books, in the lectures of Tal Ben-Shahar at the same Harvard school, university, and says that, for instance, there's this California dream. Oh, if I go to California, I'll be happy. And no, it's studied and documented. Once one is in California, hedonic adaptation sets in. That is, we adapt to the palm trees, the sea, the weather, and we can see the problems. Drought, they had a drought for about a few years. Terrible. In some places, people were not allowed to take a bath. And they see the smog, the traffic jams, and whatnot. So, Miriam is unhappy, annoyed with friends, which she disqualifies or has some mean words about them. But it turns out she was right, because these people are not pure artists. They were not really looking only for high art and interested only in wonderful pure ideals. So one of them marries a rich, old, I think, woman. Another one takes orders from the government and paints whatever they want, and they pay for, and they abandon her. Very interesting and worthwhile read.